Casey here, and I'm gonna try doing a response video. Since I've been trying out some different styles of videos, I thought this might be interesting. So let's go.
So this is kind of a baffling story. One, that people are inserting politics into breastfeeding, which seems like it would be off limits for politics. But,
right.
but two, why it would be controversial to call breastfeeding natural. If breastfeeding is not natural, what is natural?
Well, breastfeeding doesn't come naturally, as pediatricians will tell you. It's not exactly easy. There are lactation specialists out there. There's a whole industry out there. So breastfeeding isn't exactly natural. It doesn't come naturally to women.
This is the biggest problem I have with this argument. She says breastfeeding isn't natural because it doesn't come easily to women. I looked into this and she's right about breastfeeding being difficult for women, at least from the research I've done on this. It seems 2/3 of women really struggle to breastfeed longer than 3 months. So she's right on that front. But calling something unnatural just because it's difficult is wrong. Giving birth is extremely difficult and comes with a myriad of complications. But it's the most natural thing in the world. If something being natural was defined by its difficulty level, then I guess giving birth to a baby is unnatural. Is that how it works? But that's my biggest beef with this argument. Just because something is difficult doesn't make it unnatural. I mean, going poop can be really difficult. I'm not going to make that joke.
So what they're saying is, which I'm so happy there's a study out there that are finally letting women not have this guilt trip, that it's okay to hand the formula over to daddy, to the men, and it's natural for a man to feed a baby.
Yes, fathers can feed their children. Of course fathers are physically capable of holding a bottle for their children to feed on. But it's not the same as women breastfeeding. The process of holding a child in your arms, sure, that's natural. Using some powdered supplement to feed your child, that's not really natural, is it?
So they're saying that only a woman able to feed a child is inappropriate. It's unethical and inappropriate. And I'm so glad that women are let off the hook. Finally.
I mean, it's not unethical or inappropriate, whatever those words mean. I mean, it's the opinion of some physicians that breast milk is superior to formula, and other people disagree, and it's a debate that has raged for quite some time.
I'm not going to get into this particular debate, though I know in the previous part it did kind of sound like I was dissing formula. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to feed your child. And I really don't have any issues with parents using formula. I just want to make this clear. Breastfeeding is a natural process where formula, it isn't.
This is gender politics intruding on the personal decisions that parents make.
Well, we need it,
it's also blurring the lines. It's suggesting, by the way, that men can breastfeed, which I don't think they can.
It's suggesting that men could, I don't know, but it's suggesting that
men...
Well,
I do know. The answer is they can't. So. I have 4 children, I can tell you.
I don't know your secrets.
I think she's trying to make a joke here. It's really not very good and kind of feels out of place for this kind of debate. But whatever. I really don't think she's trying to make the argument that men can breastfeed. Maybe she was flustered by the question, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a study that's just saying it's inappropriate to say that breast milk is the only natural way to feed a child. A man could naturally feed a child in other ways.
Yeah, well, sure. I guess technically breast milk isn't the only natural milk you can provide. You can use cow's milk or goat's milk, still technically a natural form of milk. The formula isn't the same thing as breast milk or cow's milk. Or even coconut milk. I'm just gonna, just drop that in there as well.
Actually, a man can't naturally feed a child. A man can't produce formula.
I mean, baby, and naturally give it formula. Natural. It's natural. Loving is natural.
Okay. It's just. Can you just take 3 steps back?
No, breastfeeding is not beautiful. Breastfeeding, it causes so many headaches, and it can be so horrible. And as a pediatrician told me, it doesn't come naturally for so many women. So this study, I think, is wonderful because so women can finally step back and say, wow, it's okay to hand the bottle and the baby over to dad
Okay.
or my girlfriend or
Okay,
whatever
well,
the case may be.
half of that sentence is correct, of course. It is absolutely okay to do that.
Thanks.
But I'm just wondering, final question for you, because this is giving me a little bit of a headache.
I'm sorry.
No offense to you. No, it's not your fault, but just the whole subject is so crazy. If it's not natural to breastfeed, how did the species get to where it is now? Like, why didn't we die out several millennia ago?
I think we found other ways like formula to feed the babies.
Kinda bothered me the way she said that.
I think we found other ways like formula to feed the babies.
Like formula to feed the babies.
We found other ways like formula to feed the babies. Apart from sounding kind of bitchy, it's also not a very good argument. Formula was invented in 1867, meaning it hasn't even been around for 200 years yet. Whereas milk farming has been around for over 7,000 years. Cow's milk being an alternative to breast milk would have been a better argument here. Hell, even plant-based milks have been around since the Middle Ages, and even that would have been a better argument than we found formula to feed babies, even though it's not been around for 50 years yet.
Like formula to feed the babies.
There are alternatives to breast milk, yes. Are the alternatives better? I don't feel I'm knowledgeable enough on this subject to give my opinion. But as I said, the biggest issue I had with this argument is that she says breast milk isn't natural, which it absolutely is. Animal and plant-based milks have been used for thousands of years and yes, have been used as breast milk alternatives. But like I said, I got no real beef with the milk you use to feed your child. I mean, as long as you're actually feeding the child something and not letting the kid starve. But look, I've said all I wanted to say, so I'm gonna go now.